We are going to just talk about the biodigester that we pulled out of the hole here, along with the insulation panels, and we have to dig deeper. So what we have going on here, watch this little guy here. Hey, little guy, you need to learn about this too, because it's your poop that started these things. The biodigester, the Solar Cities IBC tank biodigester's design is the I love you sign in sign language, with an input pipe on one side, a gas pipe coming out the center, and then a fertilizer pipe coming out the other side. It's like that. Any tank you can do, a 55-gallon drum, a 90-gallon drum, an IBC tank of 1,000 liters or 275 gallons, a massive 10 cubic meter concrete tank, a tiny little water jug. As long as the tank, which is represented by your wrist, has those three pipes, one for the food and toilet waste or whatever to go in, one for the gas at the highest level to come out, and one midway for this fertilizer, you have a biodigester, as long as it's sealed and anaerobic. All right, so on this side is the input pipe. It's a 4-inch pipe with a uniseal, and it goes all the way to the bottom with a cut, so when you put the food or the toilet waste in, it slides into the bottom of the tank. This pipe here, which is the index finger going up, is at the very top of the bulkhead fitting. It's at the very top of the tank, so whenever this thing bows up, the air or the gas is going to escape up this way, and we put this in so that it is higher than the input pipe, so that any floaties that happen don't clog this tiny little gas out, because this little 1/2-inch thing could get clogged with floaties. So as long as the floaties stay around here, because this is higher than here where it's going in, then the gas will bubble up past the floaties and it won't clog this. If necessary, we may have to take this off and make it a little longer. As long as the floaties don't clog that, then the gas gets out. Okay? So that's one of the things. This thing may get clogged, but we may have to make this just a bit longer. Okay. So it's just a bit tight. On the other side is the overflow. As long as this is higher than this angle here, the water is seeking its own level, so the more that you pour toilet waste and shower waste and kitchen waste, whatever you put in here, as this begins to fill up, it has to go up to here, and it can't get there because there's a slope down, and then it pours into the hugel culture using the perk pipe, and you can see that we've drilled holes throughout here, and that is what is going to be buried in the hugel culture mound over there, and that hooks up to here. Right? But this can be on a gentle slope like that. As long as water can run down, then it's good. But if it's too high, the water will run back that way, it'll clog. So we want to have a slight slope like that. Now how do you know it's a slight slope? You pour water in, and you see if it runs and gets through all the way. Now there are perforated holes here, so water is going to get there. So I like to put this on its side. I like the holes on its side. For one thing, that way if it's like this, then sand's going to get in these and clog it up, and then you're done. If it's like this, it's pretty good, but sometimes sand will clog here, and the water can't get out, and you're kind of done. But if you do this, then you put cinder blocks over some of these so that there's always something where it's protected by a cinder block, so no sand can get in, it's under top, and it can still come out the perf on the side, and then it saturates the hugel culture. And this should all be logs and branches and mulch that don't tend to coagulate, although over time, 3 or 4 years, we've got to clean ours out now because I think it's all turned into soil, and now it's beginning to clog. Yeah, so we got to poke it out, jet it out or something. So that's what you're trying to do with this. This is going to go into the perf pipe. So I was suggesting that you lay this down on the ground like this, and knowing that, let me put this underneath this is your water hose. So knowing that this is flat ground there, this is sloping up, and that's no, that's no good. So you've got to dig a trench just to know where level ground is here. And eventually you'll dig a trench deep enough that this will be slightly positive, that elbow there is higher than wherever it is. And that's when you're inside the hole, you'll know where ground level is.
Right.
Okay?
TH, your phone is done.
Pour some water in.
Your phone said, okay, I'm done.
Okay.